Are you using the wrong putter for you? I've got every style of putter for every style of putter. And one of these surely has to be right for everybody. But not everybody is right for any one of these. We have the classic Scotty Cameron Newport Select Champion's Choice button back. I mean, this is classic Tiger Woods-ish style putter. And this is your like toe down, 45-degree toe down putter right there. The ever so popular, this is from Odyssey. This is the XO7 classic face balance putter, meaning you balance the club and the face points up. Now you've seen this. They've made a million different versions of this shape, but all in all, this is your mallet head face balanced putter from PXG. Look at this. Toe up balanced putter. This is the Hellcat from PXG, pretty new. Why would you want a toe up balanced putter? We'll show you in a second. It might be the answer you've been looking for. What about this? This is also from PXG, another face balanced putter, different body style, different than this based on just the neck, flow neck, plumber's neck. What's right for who? Then we get into these zero torque, lie angle balance putter. Maybe you need something like this from Lab DF3. Got multiple models. We've got the Oz 1. This one wants to situate in that position. And then maybe you're beyond help and you need this. Why would you need the long guy? We'll get into that. Maybe one of these is what you need, but I can guarantee this, 99% of everybody is fit incorrectly. Some basic guidelines when choosing a putter are this. You've got to get a couple things right. Putter length is going to be one of the top priorities based on how you are comfortable holding the putter. If you like a lot of elbow bend and a lot of bend over, you might need a much shorter putter. If you like to stand up very straight and hang your arms long, you also might need a shorter putter. Keep in mind, that also will affect the weighting of the putter and the balance point of the putter. And that will affect your stroke. So, long story short, you've got to get fit properly for the right putter. Also, the second and maybe even more important factor when looking at a putter is the lie angle, the lie angle of the putter as it sits on the ground. If your putter is sitting toe up because your hands are too low and that putter's not flat, it's going to affect where that ball goes. Most likely it'll go left if the toe's too high in the air. Conversely, the other way, with the heel up, and the ball might go a little more to the right. Here's the biggest mistake most people make when they're determining their putter. They line up in the shop or on the green, they hit a few putts with a putter, like we would do here. And then you go and you grab the next one. You're like, oh, okay. And they do the same thing. Oh, now totally different everything. And you hit a few putts. And you say, oh, wow, that one felt good. That one felt good. And then you grab the next one. You're like, well, that felt good, but I missed it. So I go to the next one. And you do the same thing over and over and over again. Huge mistake. One is most players will start figuring out speed and break and line of these short putts. And you'll start making them. And you'll say, wow, I love it. This putter makes it all. Obviously, I haven't made any. So that's so far no good. Or I've finally made one. So as you're bouncing from putter to putter in the shop or on the course or wherever you are, try to stick with similar faces at the same time. Like, oh, okay, these all have a milled face, and I'm gonna try all these different milled face putters before I bounce to a Terillium face or a white hot insert or something like that. Another thing you want to do is line up the ball at your intended line every time. So it'll give you an idea of whether or not you're aiming properly or rolling it properly. The last bit is really try to hear the sound it's making, because that's a sound you're gonna be listening to for a long time. So when it comes to sound, think about this. Like, there's no formula for, okay, this swing equals that distance. It's not an 8 iron. So this is a putter. So feel is very different from green to green, uphill, downhill, slopes, subtleties of the grass. Is it growing into me, away from me? All that is perception of you internally as you walk around the green, look at the grass, and experience each green throughout the day. And if you can't hear it or you don't like the sound, it's going to affect your performance. And although the zero torque feels good and performs decently, it's just not perfectly dialed in for my tendencies. So we're gonna move on. And this is something I see everybody do, is they all try the long putter. And there's two reasons really why you would use this. One is your putting is so bad and you have so many yips that you just need all the help in the world. So you're going here. Or you have an injury to where it's just really difficult to do anything but stand straight up. So you need something like that to make it a lot less painful on your body. And okay, those are basically the reasons. Other than that, I really don't see why you would go long. It might not be because you're a bad putter. It might be because nothing fits you perfectly because you're in the wrong unit. And that will make a good player frustrated. So we'll go over what putter is right for each individual person and their tendencies. So you'll have at least a good baseline of what might be working perfectly or what might be best for you. And then I'll show you what I use and you can understand a little bit more on a deeper level. Here we go. So this is our classic toe down Scotty Cameron style putter. A lot of different companies make putters just like this. It's that Tiger Woods model, basically, that he's made so famous. And who is this for? This is going to be for somebody who has like a little inside out swing. You take it a little inside and you like to rotate that face a little bit. And when we say rotate the face, yeah, the face is moving like this. So your stroke is like this, so the putter will open and close, even if you don't do anything. But some people they do this a little bit or a lot. Most people who do that can't even hardly feel it. It's not like an intentional opening or closing of the club face. It's just something that naturally happens. So don't try to do that. But if you do it, you kind of know, because a putter like this would probably feel better to you than something else. Classic face balance, not just face balance, but like a flow neck here, all right? So that's different than the next one we'll show you. This is for somebody who typically aims too far left. This will help you open that face and aim it a little more right with this style of a neck. And if you don't move the face a lot, or you don't think you do, this might be something that you want to consider. And if you really kind of set up more over the ball, meaning your eyes are hanging out farther, this is going to be something that would probably be good for you, because these putters tend to go more straight back and straight through. Nothing goes perfectly straight back. Everything's going to have some arc, but little less arc than the previous model. Mostly it's a setup thing, even a visual thing with your eye line. This helps you see and frame the ball better over the putter face. These are good. I've tried them a number of times. For my putting stroke, not right for me, but a lot of people love these. And even the #1 player in the world is using a mallet, and that says something. So when it comes to these mallet putters, you definitely have a lot of options, and you might prefer just a neck shape, believe it or not. This is a plumber's neck. Neck shapes make a huge difference that a lot of people just don't even really consider when they're looking at putters. They're just like, oh, this looks cool, but you aim it wrong or incorrectly. That's why I always like lining that line up right at the hole or right where I want to start the ball, and then setting up to it when you practice, just so you can see like, hey, does the line on the putter match that ball, and do I feel comfortable where it's pointing? And then did I start the ball there? Yeah, everything was good. I just didn't hit it hard enough. So that plumber's neck, if you have a tendency to aim right, this helps you aim it a little more left. Just naturally, you don't even think about it. You just set up because that handle, the shaft is just slightly ahead of the ball. Ooh, this one actually feels really good. And all these things will factor into where you strike the ball. I unintentionally, for some reason, strike a lot of putts a little off center on the toe, which causes them to go left. There's a number of reasons for that. One is lie angle, two is shaft, three is weight, face, eyes, dominance, all these kind of factors play into how you strike the ball. That's why when you grab a putter, it might just work better. But what you're doing is you're just picking something that probably meets more check marks, more of the characteristics that work best for you than others. Therefore, you like it better, but it doesn't really do everything. That's why you got to try so many different options. Man, I really like that PXG. That was the torpedo, that black on black, which brings us to this is color is a huge factor when determining a putter for you, because you can go to a chrome and the sun could just ricochet off of that and hit you in the eye and irritate you. So the matted colors might suit you better. Also, when you're looking at color, you know, for example, this has a chrome matted body with a black line. The contrasting colors help you aim and help you strike the ball in the center of the face more often. So color plays a huge factor. This one is the Hellcat, and this is that toe up thing that you don't see a lot of. Why would you want a toe up putter? Who would this be for? If you're somebody who opens that face up at impact, this might be right for you. So why would you do that? You just have a little bit too much right hand going the wrong way. This, with the toe up here, just encourages that toe during the swing to stay outside and not get opened up at impact. So it kind of helps you shut that face down a little better. So why would you need this toe up style putter? A lot of times people shut the face too much through their swing and you just hook it. You get too active in your right hand. Well, if that toe is up, it's just easier for your brain to just keep it square through impact. You're not opening it, but you're not gonna shut it because it's just there the whole time. So it really helps take that right hand out of the putting stroke. So this would be something to consider if you have too active a right hand. So these are your lie angle balance style putters. Lab even has a new one with the plumber's neck mallet shape body. The theory is it's lie angle balance, meaning you take your hands totally out of the swing. To be clear, the face will rotate open and rotate closed a little bit. It's on an arc, but it's eliminating supposedly your hands. You don't have to do anything with your hands. Now remember when we first talked about that Scotty Cameron, that toe down putter, it's for somebody who rotates that face. Here's the thing about face rotation. If you rotate the face, you don't even really know it. It just happens. So no matter what you put in your hands, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. You might think you're taking the hands out, but if you ever get that checked on a wrist motion sensor, hack motion is something that comes to mind, you will see you do still rotate. So as much as you say you could take it out, you're not taking it out. These are many different shapes with the lab style, different face inserts. So you're kind of blending a whole bunch of things together with the technology of zero torque, meaning it won't naturally want to swing by itself, opening and closing the face. As you take it back, it supposedly will stay square or won't want to rotate. But if you're holding something and you're going 4 miles an hour, the rotational forces are like next to nothing. So I don't think it's going to affect you very much. It's more, I'm not going to say magic than anything. It's not. There's, you know, scientific data behind it. But for the average guy, you're not going to feel the face rotation. So what you're going with these style putters is, when you miss it, do you still get the performance out of it that you're hoping for? And with these larger faces that are fit incredibly well, even toe strikes are gonna come out pretty good. Even though you miss them all, you're still here, you know, you're not so far out of the hole that, you know, you have to worry too much about these. Maybe a little bit. But there was a reason I used the Oz more than the DF3. And it was because I could see, for me and my eyes and how I line, I needed, one, a little more contrast on the face, chrome on black, and I needed something more lined up that I could see. So these little variables affect you on these shorter putts in particular, because you just don't want to miss these. I missed them anyways, but I missed that closer than the last one, so we'll take it. But as much as all of these and this are interesting, this isn't right for most people. So you got the idea. If you're long putter, there's only those two reasons. But I think even with all of the technology, all of the variables, I was still not 100% like confident in my putting. I wasn't hitting it in the center of the putter every single time. So we had to go to more drastic measures. Now I did a putter fitting on this fine tune, so I'll leave a link in the video description. You can go check out the full fitting, non-sponsored video here, by the way. This is just in my bag because I hit it in the center of the putter basically every time. So I was gaming that Oz 1, that lab putter, but I was just aiming it too far right. So we went to a plumber's knack, helps you square it up, aim a little more left. I like the contrasting colors. I like the dot and the lines and a little more tail with some contrast so I can see and frame the putter better behind the ball. The length is perfect. And then the weighting of it is something that was really, really eye-opening to me, not just putting weight at the bottom and pulling the putter down, but putting weight closer to the face increases your center of gravity, so the mishits are good, and keeping the weight out in front of the putter instead of backing it up and having it come back, because that'll help you lift the ball in the air too high. So we didn't want that. We wanted a good roll. So this from Fine Tune just set up perfectly, and we got the fitting in a way where it's just full on confidence now. And when I hit it in the center of the putter, then it's just so much more enjoyable to play golf. Now, we're not going to make every putt, unfortunately. We wish we would, but we want a good look at the short ones, and we want to not three-putt the longer ones, which we're going to have way more often. We want to be able to get those in that 2-3 foot circle zone. And occasionally, those long guys will go down. But I know I can be consistent on my speed because I'm hitting it in the center of the face so much more often. If I can control speed, that's all that I really care about. And so much of that is determined by where you strike the ball on the putter face. Is it in the center or not? And when you put it in the center of the club face, then your speed is going to be a lot more consistent. And on those long putts, that's exactly what I'm looking for, is just consistency. So not a sales pitch for any particular putter. Just know that when you get fit and when you're checking out a bunch of stuff, what to look for, what might be right for you, and what you should stay away from if it doesn't go with what your tendencies are. Don't change your stroke. Just get fit for what you do. Good luck out there. Love you guys. See you next time.